It's a chilly day, but not too cold to look at a Land Rover, as always. The official SUV of the Queen of England, so that's good enough for me. But let's get to why we're here on a Sunday. Hello and welcome. I'm Mark, and this is the Sunday Rant, where I talk about something that's bothered me during the week. And also, I talk about Land Rovers. So, we're here on Trucking Answers, and here's the thing. In Ohio, okay, Buckeyes, remember them? This goofball who's on the Ohio in Congress in Ohio, on one of the sides of Ohio, is proposing, and it passed so far in one of the houses, 97-0. I don't know, where are these other three people getting paid? Go vote. $25,000 tax credit for businesses to train people to drive a truck in Ohio. Isn't that awesome? $25,000. And what this person was talking about, he went and testified before the House Ways and Means Committee about how hard it is for him to find drivers, because not only being in the, working for the state, he has a trucking company. Yeah. So he would like a tax credit from, the government for his trucking company to help him hire drivers, so he could train them. He said it's expensive to train drivers and, everything. Isn't that great? You know who doesn't get any benefit out of this? The driver. Well, Mark, they get trained. There's no requirement that they stay any length of time at all. There's no requirement that they get paid, like, for all of their time. So you could go out, theoretically, train people and really not pay them much, so then they quit, train another person, and get another credit. Wow. You could actually profit off just training the people. Do you think that ever happens? Wow, yes, maybe. Do you think that if you vote on something that affects your business, do you think that should be allowed? No. This guy, he should be able to talk about it, but he shouldn't be able to vote on it. Why does he get to vote on a credit that he gets for himself? So he gets to go push, at taxpayer expense, a tax credit that then he will benefit from. And the person that does not benefit is the driver. The driver gets no benefit. Yeah, people learn how to drive, maybe, because, right, there's no requirement for the training. Once they get their license, I'll assume that they've been trained. That's, I think that's what they'll say, and say, hey, go give me my tax credit. So if you run 10 people, now there's a limit. There's a cap on how much money this fund has. So once the money's run out, that's one thing. So companies will rush to get that tax credit. Who do you think is mainly going to get that? Do you think there are any large carriers that do any kind of training in Ohio? Yeah, probably. I think they'll all apply for as much of this credit as they can get. So here's the thing. You go to a carrier, they make you sign, and then, of course, threaten to break your kneecaps, basically, as we saw, as I posted on the Trucking Answers Facebook page, from a large carrier that shall remain nameless, if you don't pay them back. So you sign for $8,000, $10,000, whatever it is. You got to stay there or pay it back. And then they're going to double dip this. So then they're going to go to the government, get this $25,000 tax credit, all right, and make you pay them back too. Not bad. So if you pay them $9,000, $34,000 of credit for training you, where people could have gone to truck school for, $5,000 to $10,000 themselves. It's ridiculous. And you still don't even have to be paid. Maybe he could find people to go to work if you paid them. No! We're going to discuss that further on the Tuesday podcast, by the way, which goes to every Tuesday, Friday. So sign up for that if you haven't. I have some thoughts on something that I had a discussion with another one of my friends about. Yeah, but here's the problem. So we got people in office voting for tax credits for themselves. Companies getting tax credits, no training requirement, no minimum pay requirement, no nothing. No requirement. They have to stay, maybe get the credit after they stay with you for 5 years. No, how about that? Kind of like these sign-on bonuses that pay over the next 12 years. Right. Here's a sign-on. Here's $50 today. That's your part of your $10,000 sign-on. then some money in 6 months, right? That's not a sign-on bonus, right? It's a retention bonus. This kind of thing, garbage. As usual, the people, in power get all the credits, and the drivers are the ones that get the garbage. It just flows down, but by the time it comes down to us, there's nothing left. This shouldn't happen. If companies can't get drivers, they should pay them better, and then they will get drivers. When we look at companies that don't have a problem getting drivers, they're the best paying companies that have the lowest turnover. Over the road, local, whatever it is. All right, so bump the pay, see if you get people to come to work. But going begging for a handout, and this guy's a Republican in Ohio, begging, of course, right? Not like it matters. It's two sides of the same coin. But he's out begging for the handout from the government of $25,000 to train people. I just love it. Why don't they give people a $25,000 credit? How about that? They say, look, you people, go get your license, CDL. You then can take a $25,000 tax credit that year. Oh, a credit, right? And wouldn't that be great? Yeah, imagine that. He's not pushing for that, though. He wants the credit to go back in his own pocket, right? Because that's how it works. Then he might go buy this Land Rover right over here, right? Anyway, live show Monday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We can talk more about this and all that's been going on in the news this week. It's been pretty active. And so back to what I was doing with my Land Rover. We'll see you on Monday.